Narcissism flows on a continuum. The further you go along the continuum, the more deeply entrenched narcissism is in a personality. Malignant narcissists fall at the very end of the continuum. They are the most severe case of narcissism. Why is that? And how can you know you are dealing with a malignant narcissist? In this video, I'm going to answer those questions and also give you some tips on how to interact with one. Now, first, before we get into it, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Shaneen Megji. I'm a coach that helps people to heal and recover their identities from toxic relationships. And I also help people to successfully navigate difficult life transitions. Welcome to my channel on Toxicity is Not Your Destiny. I create these videos to help you navigate toxic relationships in your life from a biblical, practical, and spiritual perspective. So if you'd like to receive regular content from me on this subject, take a moment right now, click that subscribe button, click that bell, because I'm going to be bringing you videos on a regular basis to empower you in navigating toxic relationships. My goal is to get a video out every single week or so. So without further ado, let's dive into the subject. So let's talk about the difference between a narcissist or narcissistic person and a malignant narcissist. Narcissists in general are careless. Their lack of empathy and lack of caring how their behaviors and attitudes impact others make them careless with people and relationships. They do not set out to intentionally hurt people. They just have no problem plowing people down along the way to achieve their goals. Narcissists don't see people and don't factor them into the equation of how they go about life. Narcissists only see themselves in the equation. They are pursuing their agenda, and that is all that matters. So general narcissists have an issue of being extremely careless with people and relationships. Malignant narcissists, on the other hand, are more evil and more dangerous, hence the term malignant. Malignant means harmful or intended to cause harm. The narcissistic traits of a malignant narcissist are more deeply entrenched in their personality. They are more extreme narcissists. If you were to rate them from 0 to 10 for the narcissistic traits that they have, then they would have them at a 9 or a 10. For example, a narcissist lacks empathy. Well, a malignant narcissist is much higher on the scale. While a narcissist may have some degree of empathy and some degree of remorse, a malignant narcissist has much less empathy and much less remorse than the typical narcissist. That is why a malignant narcissist borders on being psychopathic. The only difference is that a malignant narcissist may still have some degree of empathy and some degree of remorse, while a psychopath simply has none. All narcissists have at least 5 of the 9 following traits. Number 1, entitled. Number 2, arrogant and haughty. Number 3, envious of others and believing others are envious of them. Number 4, exploitative. They take advantage of people. Number 5, they lack empathy. They're unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. Number 6, they have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They are preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Number 7, they believe that they are special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high-status people or institutions. Number 8, they require excessive admiration. Number 9, they have unreasonable expectations of people. They expect automatic compliance with their expectations. And there are different flavors of narcissists. Some are covert and some are overt. Some are vulnerable and others are grandiose. Some are cerebral and some are more somatic. They're just different flavors that can express the same traits. What makes malignant narcissists stand out from other narcissists, and why are they more dangerous? Let's answer that. I mentioned earlier in the video that general narcissists are careless in their relationships with people. Malignant narcissists, on the other hand, are more than careless. They are plain mean and cruel. They function in a whole other level of evil. You don't want to mess with such people. They wreak destruction in more multifaceted, traumatic ways than regular narcissists. They are a mixture of narcissism and antisocial personality disorder. So what does that mean exactly? The malignant narcissistic supply, which is their drug to regulate their negative emotions, doesn't just come from praise, affirmation, adoration, and honor of people around them, which regular narcissists rely on. Malignant narcissists also get their narcissistic supply by the pleasure they feel from inflicting pain on people that they perceive as crossing them or slighting them. Sam Vaknin, a psychologist diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, who wrote the book Malignant Self-Love, calls this type of drug or supply that a malignant narcissist craves as sadistic supply, because they are kind of sadistic. For example, here is how sadistic supply would look. If you cross a malignant narcissist, they could plot revenge against you in a sophisticated, covert, cunning, and calculated way. And it could be years later that they do this, when you're least expecting it, when you're least suspecting it, where the malignant narcissist would get the most charge out of punishing you for whatever wrong you committed against them ages ago. Something that you would have no clue about, that you might have forgotten. But they haven't. They have been stewing about it in their minds for years. They will calculate a payback and see to it that you pay to teach you a lesson. And this type of thing can be unnerving by a high-functioning, covert, malignant narcissist, because when they are unleashing their vengeance and payback against you, they do it in a very, very subtle, calm, rational way, while the wrath is being unleashed. And so nobody else quite sees what's going on except for you. For example, a malignant narcissist out of nowhere might shame and humiliate you in public, because humiliation is a narcissist's favorite punishment of choice. A malignant narcissist is calculating, vindictive, and sly enough that if you ever left them, one of the things they have the propensity to do is go out of their way to hoover you back into the relationship with all kinds of love bombing and sorrow and remorse to make you think that they have changed. But the moment you are hooked in again and they have secured you, they will lash out at you in a way that is far worse than the abuse that they put you through before. And once they have caused you to end up in a state far worse than the first time you left, they may discard you mercilessly in a way to cause you to feel the utmost abandonment in order to teach you a lesson. That is how malignant narcissists are. These types of narcissists are mean and cruel. So what are some other unique traits of these narcissists? Well, number one, because they have some antisocial personality traits, they suffer from more paranoia than the typical narcissist. They are very nervous that people are out to overthrow them, to plot a coup or something to take them out. They are uneasy with people keeping secrets or keeping things private from them. Their paranoia plus their grandiosity together causes them to feel concerned that people are talking about them or keeping secrets about them or plotting their demise. Number two, malignant narcissists are extremely sensitive. They are always scanning their environment for slights and offenses against them. They will punish, humiliate, lash out, ignore, go silent for offenses that are real or perceived in their minds. And you may experience the punishment or wrath of this type of narcissist and have no clue why they are treating you this way. And that is because, unbeknownst to you, something you said or failed to say, something you did or failed to do, some vibe you gave or didn't give, or some gesture or body language caused a slight, which is an injury to the narcissist's ego, which set them off in a rage. In a way, you have a person who has so little empathy that they cannot fathom that someone cannot read their minds to find out what their expectations are. And on top of that, the malignant narcissist is so offended by people who do not read their minds and automatically know their expectations, and so they will lash out with a vengeance. Number three, with a malignant narcissist, splitting is more severe. That is, they view people as either all good or all bad. There are no in-betweens. To them, you are either intelligent or stupid. You are either a success or a failure. You are either hardworking or lazy. You are either valuable or utterly useless to them. It is always extremes in which they think. Number four, a malignant narcissist is more enemy-focused, meaning that if you are not agreeing with them on their thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and opinions, since they believe they know best, then you are against them. You are their enemy. If you think independently from them, they will consider you as a threat, as someone who is competing with them, and therefore a possible enemy. If you associate with anyone who does not agree with them, then you are a force that they consider is working against them. They see people as either for them or against them, and it doesn't take much for them to think that you are against them if you are not in complete agreement with them and in complete compliance with their instructions or plans for you. Number 5, another thing that malignant narcissists do is gaslight you, which is really to force their reality on you to the point that you lose trust in your own judgments and perceptions. Malignant narcissists live in an alternate reality. Because they can be so cruel and vindictive and manipulative, they can mess with your mind in such a way that you feel like you are going crazy. And on top of it, they take pleasure in causing the craziness in your mind, saying one thing and then denying it, or doing one thing and then denying it, and then doing the complete opposite. Those are just some examples of gaslighting. General narcissists are careless with relationships and believe that their realities are true, but a malignant narcissist actually gets sadistic pleasure by throwing you off balance and causing you psychological distress. It gives them a sense of power and control. Number 6, malignant narcissists are also apt at creating enemies left, right, and center. They are so skilled at making enemies, especially out of people who are not naturally enemies, but harmony-loving people. And this happens because of the malignant narcissist's blatant exploitation of people and the cold and calloused discard. They unapologetically and blatantly use people, especially hardworking, loyal, empathetic people, and discard them without feeling any kind of remorse. It is truly an evil and an injustice. Number 7, another trait with these types of people is their disregard for safety. And this is more of an antisocial trait, but a malignant narcissist may ask you or require you to do things that put you in physical or emotional danger with absolutely no concern. So how do you deal with a malignant narcissist? Here are 5 tips. Number 1, no matter how strong your identity in God is, a malignant narcissist can still cause emotional, spiritual, mental, and psychological damage. You want to minimize your contact with them as much as possible. Do not get close to such people. Keep as much distance as you possibly can, and even better is if you can quietly exit the relationship. Number 2, know your identity in God. Get your validation, affirmation, and love from God. Know who you are and whose you are. The malignant narcissist can mess with your thinking and sense of self-worth and self-confidence, so it is important to put your roots deep, deep in God so that you cannot be shaken by this type of person. Number 3, don't take anything personally. Understand that these individuals live in an alternate reality than you, and that how they behave is more about them than it is about you. So don't take anything personally. The way they are treating you is the same way they would treat any other person that would be in front of them right now, even if it's their nearest and dearest. It's not about you, it's all about them. Number 4, don't challenge them. Do not say or do anything that could make them look bad in public. They will certainly retaliate against you in a cruel and hurtful way, and it is not worth it. Don't even challenge them in private either. And if you must, question them in a way where you can find some language to preamble your line of questioning so they don't feel like you are attacking them and then make you into an enemy. So use words like, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Can you please clarify XYZ? Or can you help me better understand XYZ? In this way, they don't get triggered to go into high conflict mode with you. Number 5, be calm and gentle. The best way to interact with these types of people is with a spirit of calmness, gentleness, meekness, and humility. You will likely win the favor of a malignant narcissist if you interact with them in this manner. Proverbs says, a gentle answer turns away wrath. So you want to have gentleness in your approach to melt away any wrath, which a malignant narcissist has plenty of. So I hope this video was helpful in giving you insight into the traits of a malignant narcissist and how you can deal with one. Now, if you're thinking of leaving or have left a toxic environment and you're in a season of transition, check out a free training I have put together. It is all about 3 key ways to navigate a difficult transition. These are things that brought a massive breakthrough in my life when I was going through a difficult transition. I have included the link in the description box below. If you would like to see more content from me and have not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button and click that bell so that you can get all the alerts, because every single week, approximately, I will be posting a new video to empower you in navigating toxic relationships in your life. And if you like this video, please give it a like. This just helps me to know what kind of content to produce. If you have suggestions of topics you'd like me to cover, please feel free to drop your ideas in the comment section. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.